Hello and welcome to your national weather forecast from the Met Office. Some pretty stormy weather to come over the next few days. Let's take a look at the picture first thing through this evening. We've got a lot of cloud in the sky, so those temperatures aren't really dropping away for many places. Some drizzliness out across the west, quite misty over the hills, and some more persistent, heavier rain for western parts of Scotland, where we could see up to 80 millimetres of rain falling in some places. The winds also strengthen towards the end of the night. These are your starting numbers on Saturday morning, 6 to 9 degrees Celsius. Now, the reason it's turning very wet and windy is because of Storm Malik. That was named by the Danish Met Service as is bringing some very tightly squeezed isobars across the north and particularly northeast of the UK. It drives a cold front southwards. Behind it then we will see a bit of a ridge of high pressure, but then another system just behind me waiting in the wings for Sunday. More on that though in just a moment. Let's take a look at Saturday's winds first of all, because they are going to be the main feature of the weather. You can see from this chart the brighter pinks indicating where we'll see some of the strongest winds, widely 50 to 60, but we could see as much as 60, 70, even 80 mile an hour gusts, especially towards the northeast. So we do have an amber warning in place across northeastern Scotland. That's damaging gusts of wind, could cause some significant disruptions. So stay tuned to the latest forecast. Let's just quickly run that sequence again, because as well as the wet weather, we also have this area of rain pushing its way southwards, bringing some pretty wet weather for a time as well. Very strong winds further north across Scotland continue through much of the day on Saturday. So despite brighter skies, don't be fooled, it will stay on the very blustery side through the day and feeling cool as well. Temperatures coming down through the day, so feeling colder than those numbers suggest. Staying quite mild though across the far south, with a bit of an increasing breeze, some drizzliness remaining across the very far southwest. As we go through Saturday evening then, that weather front pulls its way southwards. The strongest of the winds remain across the northeast, but eventually they start to pull away. And then we see that ridge of high pressure building in. So the sky's clear, the winds drop down, and we'll see quite a widespread frost forming across the country as we go through into Sunday morning. Temperatures in rural spots a few degrees lower than these values may suggest. So that does mean a lovely bright start to the day on Sunday with that ridge of high pressure in place. But the next system waiting in the wings, pulling its way in across Scotland as we go through Sunday. That means further weather warnings in place for wind. As you can see, those isobars once again tightening up with those weather fronts pulling their way through. Another spell of windy weather to come on Sunday evening. Back to Sunday morning though, and as I say, it's a bright sunny start to the day for many places. That sun getting to work on that frost. Cloudier skies out towards the west, gradually invading their way eastwards through the day, but we do hang on to the sunshine for much of the day across the Midlands, central, southern and eastern England. But it's out towards Wales, particularly Northern Ireland and also Scotland, where we'll see the wet and the increasingly windy weather starting to develop. Some hill snow for Scotland as well. We're keeping a close eye on that, but it's the winds tied in with this low pressure that really start to ramp up then as we go through Sunday evening. Now, temperature-wise, on Sunday, they will be a little bit lower than what we saw on Saturday. So feeling cool, I think, for many places, despite that sunshine in the south. But certainly with the wind and the rain, it's going to feel quite chilly across northern and western parts of the country. Now, that area of low pressure remains with us as we go through Sunday evening. So weather warnings in place. Do stay tuned to the latest forecast on that, because it could be another spell of quite disruptive weather. And of course, you can do that across our plethora of social media channels. I'll see you very soon. Take care.